Hello and welcome. I thought, even though the manual attach is not working, I thought, do you know, if I'd leave this any longer, if anyone was interested, they'll have lost interest. So I thought, let's get this done. Still got inside only camera, so it's ultimate realism on the view. It is. Just thought I'd grab this from the edge of the field while I was here. I would like to put some sheds in and make this a little bit more home at some point. Gonna grab the front box and stick some seeds in it, and yeah, then we are going to plant our field. I think oats, because it's very short, and hopefully at some point we will either afford a right. Yeah, let's grab the box then. Concentrate. Oh, that's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, I'm hoping to, as I said in the last session, my where I showed you me recreating this with the new rules, we should also see, that is a point, yeah, feeding the sheep. I don't know if it shows straight away or not. 3745 out of 46 tons. So we've got some food. We'll still crack on with doing this because they've got food. That's the main thing. And we shall see. Yeah, we should top up to the food today, and then we shall see if tomorrow, sorry, next month, I must get better at this. Ah, seeds. Smashing now then. Back. Let's have a look. Then remember, this is wide. Yeah, it's very generous as well on the needs filling thing. I think we're a little bit. Now this is difficult in this view, I've got to be honest. I do think this is absolutely amazing. Right, forward a little. Smashing. Right. Okay. Am I going to time-lapse this? I think I will, because it will drive you crazy if I do this normally, because this is going to, yeah, it's just little old me, remember, that was what we said. So, yeah. So I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, just got to finish these a little bit. I've been thinking about how to handle this, because obviously the one thing is, this view is this bobby, very bobbing up and downy, which is realistic. I'm not sure that's going to translate in a time lapse. If I'd even times 2 this, it may literally be a little bit awful. So I'm seriously thinking about time lapsing it as a times 1 actual speed, and obviously I'm especially going to make sure that I've got my time lapse slider, so that if you don't want to watch the time lapse, you want to fast forward, you can just know where the beginning and end of the time lapse is. I think that's probably the best way to handle this. I'm going to try it times 2, and if it's just too makes you nauseous, and then I'm just going to just do it at 1 times, but literally put music in, so that it would still be difficult for me to talk all of the way through every single session, especially on those jobs. I mean, bailing's the worst. I always find that. I think I've always time-lapsed any kind of bailing I've done on any Let's Play. I can't recall the time I've not done that, because it is difficult. I think that's us done. So fertilised and seeded in 1. We shall have a look. Now, have we got a roll? I don't think we have. We've got to round out our equipment. I remember we're still basically just breaking into arable. So, well, we have got the harvester. Of course we have. Oh yeah. Oh wow. It's coming back to me. It has been such a long time. Right. We bought this specially for feeding the sheep, so that it would be done in 1 hit, which I'm very grateful of. So we should be able. Yeah. It's a massive. Manual attach obviously to me was the biggest thing of proof that this was working, but since the 181 it's not working. It really isn't. So I keep looking every day, and I think the people are going to think I don't like this Let's Play. Actually, I do love it. I'm enjoying it, and especially now that we've actually made that, I was getting a little bit not upset, that's not the right word, but it seemed to be we need fuel in this again, so let's grab some fuel as we pass. Yeah, I'd like to put some, probably the easy sheds, the normal 10 gram ones, down the back of the, we'll spit more words out, of the wall. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I had to replace this. I put my money back. It was too awkward. Oh, it's right in the wrong place. Yeah, it was. It was easier to put it back down, sell it and put it back down. I think I got full value anyway, so it didn't really do anything terrible. Now, look backwards like you would do. Yeah, we're gonna have to shift this lot, aren't we, at some point? Yeah, the very worst thing was this over here. Yeah, that was the absolute. And so there is still a lot of bumpiness, and this is where I got. Yeah, beached that time. I think perhaps a little bit more down here. I've left that pallet thing off, so the pallets are going to spawn at a ton now rather than 5 tons, which is what was causing the issues. But yeah, there's no grate here, but it still does usually performs. Once we've got the wool out of here, which is still going to take a while, then we are going to remove this and put grass down and stick. No, that's the point. I need to grab that off as well, aren't we? That's not a problem. Sorry, I have a bit of a terror for that. I apologise. Yeah, I often start to say something and then dart off into something else. Yeah, I like to be as fair as possible. Now, did I have? Have we not got a repair point because the shop's not far away? But there's still. Oh, we have. No, we have. I remember now. Yeah, it's flooding back. It is. Right, let's make a bit of space for the harvester. Yeah, I'm chuffed actually with how many tractors we've got now. This is really nice. For saying we don't need that many, that's the thing. This is going to be probably the biggest one we'll need. But I say that you don't know. Yeah, this is true. Let's shift this and stick this on the edge of the field and give the harvester room to move in. Only now, yeah, I've come in that way. I'm going to have to pop round this way. I love the fact that it has got all these on entrances and exits as well. It is fantastic. Yeah, now we can yeah, it's true. I've got 121 grand. We can afford a few bits and bobs, a few tools and such like things. So, oh yeah, you're going to be scraping the. Yeah, I am. You got something wide, realistic. That's better. That's more like it. Yeah, let's stick this down here. This takes a few seconds to detach, so remember that. I'm trying to... I don't think we can squeeze past. Oh, no, we can. Yeah, there is room. Definitely. Just... Yeah, the one thing I'm going to say, I'm bumped into a couple of walls. Depth perception is still... Yeah, I'm not saying it... I think it'll get better, and I think the only way to make it get better is literally to go in this view. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this. Yeah, but I'd say the time-lapse thing we will have to try. I'm just unsure as to what's going to be best. So I'm going to play it by ear. I might have to edit the video twice. Well, I always keep the raw videos and then I'll make that into another video, basically, is how it works in editing. So you still have the base video, which I delete after I've used it and finished it. Right, so then grass. Forward to this. It'll save us all this, like going 2 or 3 times back all the time. Wow. Now remember, this is long. Yeah, this is true. This is much more difficult than I thought it would be. Right, now that does not look bad. Yeah, this is the one thing I do. This is more... I said this a long time ago when I was literally practicing this, and I did it, dragged you all through every single Let's Play being in realistic view. There's a lot of this that's like faith, you know, like more by feel faith. Yeah, it's a difficult one to... People often think about religious when you talk about faith, but you have to have faith to do anything, really. It's not really about religious feelings or things like that. It really is about, yeah, that knowing, if it is still, the word is faith, it is knowing that something is so. And like, the other thing is, yeah, I'm trying to, when I was doing the seeding, I was trying to imagine how long the vehicle was as to when I lift the... See, now that was an education. We should see in time whether I get better at that, because there was a lot of missed patches, which I didn't expect anything more than that. The very first time that I do that kind of view, I didn't not expect wonderment, as I yeah, truly didn't. I thought it would be as bad as it was. But yeah, the corner switches, they were the thing that surprised me the most. Yeah, I mean, Courseplay always leaves them. Well, it's actually realistic. You've got to oversteer if you're going to... This is bothering me, this. That patch just there. Oh, it's because the bucket... Oh, no, actually, it's not. It's more towards the... Yeah, it's more about there. I think, let's just see, as long as it softens, it really wasn't... Oh, it is about the way the bucket is. Yeah, so I'm going to have to shift that to actually do it. Right. Yeah, so the corner switches, that was definitely... that was an education, because obviously in Courseplay I have to manually, like, whether you're harvesting or whatever, you have to fix that. And it was true, but even when you manually do it, you do have to oversteer. If you wanted to do those, you'd have to oversteer every single time to actually get that sorted. So that was nice. Right, now can we... Are we on back? We are. Typical. The sheep is in the way. And then we could do what we used to do, which is to pull forward at the same time. We'll check the water as well. This is a long vehicle. I think yeah, I think we've overshot it, or that's not worked. There we go. Right, yeah, Zeta, let's get the Zeta. That's its job, remember, amongst many. Right, fuel. We must have just topped this up. Yeah, Yeah, you can see the bits of grass. Then again, it is true. Yeah, there are different types of grass. I mean, this is the. It's weird. I don't know why the Erling grass has become the common paintable grass. Because although it's beautiful, there is a place for normal grass, and they did used to be normal grass. Only, yeah, not in the way that we do it now. Of course, it is slightly different. Yeah, this feels weird now because you're that used to manual attach on this. Right, 32,712 out of 46 tons. Let's have a quick look at our animals on this screen. I don't like doing it, but then I want to see their health and how many reproduction. I want to see how many there are left. We are completely adults now. That's a brilliant. That's exact. So we've got 500 adult sheeps. So they'll be producing the most amount. Did I switch the engine on? No, I didn't. Right, that's ready for tomorrow morning. And hopefully we will, yeah, at some point we will actually grab another, but they're not going to run out of that in a day, are they? Not 30 tons. Although they do eat a lot. Do we leave this? No, because then you've got to open the gate twice, is what I think. Probably could leave this just on the right hand side of the gate. They're ready to pull forwards to that. And I think that mower needs shifting. It's about streamlining. So let's grab that on the front 3-point link. If we can, yeah. I do like these mowers. I think I'm going to incorporate them. No, into other Let's Plays. Yeah, I do very much like it. Right, let's drop you off. Remember, you need to give it a second for it to drop it. Now then, yeah, I don't want it in here. I think over here. Yeah, because this really now is a bit surplus to requirements, but I am still very glad that I did it, because I'm glad I've never used this mower. It's quite a low horsepower. Yeah, there's a few. I was thinking I've got a tiny little Antonio Carrera on Horbeleron. So far, I'm thoroughly enjoying that. It's grand. It's a blast from the past. It's memories going through the things that have improved in the game and the things that have got worse. And it is only go back sometimes to the beginning and remembering. Surprising how the human memory, some of it, our memory is emotive as well. It's not just those feelings, and sometimes going back to a focal point. I'm going to have to do something with that, even if it does something weird to that. Having a floaty thing is driving me crazy. I don't know about how you guys and gals feel, but yeah. Oh, am I a bit close? I always do that. Let's see, can we, is it going to do that weird thing? Can we see, can we zoom in a little? No, that's out. Only needed a little. It looks good from this angle, but oh no, that's perfect. Smashing. Because remember last time they did that weird where it engulfed the stairs in yeah, dirt or whatever this is. Is it dirt or? I think it is, isn't it? Compacted dirt. It looks to me. I think. Yeah, so on Horbeleron, I'm not sure how long I'm going to go with Horbeleron, but I mean, I left very abruptly both times that I did a Let's Play on Horbeleron, and I don't think I'd like to do that again. Right, are we going to go and... Yeah, apologies for the bit of grass on the road. That is the thing about this that annoyed me the most. It is annoying that the game will sort of allow you to overspill onto the road, but won't allow you to you can't like paint anything back on it afterwards, so you've basically got to live with it. I would have either had to completely do the session again, everything, or leave the grass, and I thought, I'm not ripping those trees off again and doing all that grass painting and all the rest of it. I thought I'd just have to live with it. It's annoying. It's going to annoy us all a lot. Right, so yeah, I thought the good thing is I've removed all of the that's the other side, is it not? It is. Now that is a point, you're getting in with the stairs up. Now this is going to present a challenge. Luckily, this is one of the smallest headers. Well, other than these, it's not the Starliner. It is the Starliner, isn't it? The smaller of the Deutz. I can't remember. Oh, let's have a look. I always. Yeah, it is the Starliner. That's right. The top line is the one I like of the Deutzes. I could live with that all the way through a Let's Play, and I have done on Hobo Solo. We had a team of 2 of them because I like them so much. Yeah, tank size is a little, but not so bad that it's awful. So yeah, the Dominator. I had 2 Dominators throughout Greeners, as well as one of the really good John Deeres. I think I might be poking slightly at the back of the field at that. Oh no, we've cleared it. Right, needs rolling. This is the point. Do we go and grab a roller this first year? And it's got weeds growing as well. Well, we've got a sprayer. Do we sacrifice? Let's use the Deutz as well. Yeah, I think we'll sacrifice the rolling this year. Yeah, I'm trying to hold my money, onto my money, because you never know. Also, yeah, remind myself what is on the sales. I know I will have looked, just reminding myself. Yeah. Yeah, nothing that really we really need. Right, let's grab that sprayer, which I have moved. Where did I stick it? Yeah, there is a few little tiny dots now, but nothing special. This has got care wheels on as well. Well, not that at this stage of the game really would really hurt it at all. Right, so this is going to be a real test. Yeah, I'm going to do this. This will be the last job I do for this session. I want it to be a monster, especially if I am time-lapsing a ×1 or a ×2, because this is going to then become quite monstrous. So we'll do the spraying, and then that's where we'll leave it. We've fed the animals. We have looked at the animals. We're now all adults, so that is good. Have we repaired we have. Right, let's get this done. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a real learning curve. But then that is the entire reason that I wanted to do this, really. Well, I did want the manual attach as well, but yeah, you don't always get what you want. Yes, herbicide. Right, now then, let's see. Oh, that really could have done with the weight. Let's see if we can try and gauge. And I would say about there. I'm going to probably be totally out, but this is what it's all about. I will extend this in time. I could actually afford to do that now. It's just 18 meters, isn't it? That's way out. Remember. Right, let's get that right to the edge and then look at where you are. I tried that with the other thing, and it's a real knack, and you've got to go hug with the edge of the fields and all sorts. Now then, you're going in. That's not far off. Yes, the rolling wheel. Yeah, it's not that I know we've got most things and all the rest of it, but I think I'd like to move the silo into this field as well. If this is going to become the main sort of like field, the main centre of operation. Of course, before I had to do everything in there because it was all that we'd got. So, yeah, I do want to move that, and I'm also moving away from that kind of one without a grate. I'm going to use the Omatana one that has got a grate going forwards. So I've got a couple of Let's Plays with them on because I love them so much, those, but the granary type, it's just that trying to move away to where you've got a grate, it looks realistic in comparison to not having a grate and not looking realistic. So yeah, that's my plan. Whoa, yeah, Kramer. Yeah, remember when you pull around a corner. Right, let's try that again. No, so yeah, I must have just been grazing the Kramer. Right. you're well. Oh, I did still missed a bit. I thought I'd actually covered everything afterwards, but there's a bit needs reseeding just along that edge. Just check. Yeah, that's good. A bit of overlap, which is perfect. Yeah, again, this type of thing, I'd imagine. I mean, because this is what a farmer's really got to do in real life. And they have to look at this, look out the window, and then, no doubt, obviously, they're going to be glancing back like we are as well. So that's really, and that's what makes the time-lapse thing, if I go more than times 1 or 2, it's going to make it a bit sickening because the moves are going to be a bit awful, I would think. But again, this is, for me as a content creator, to actually find out and see, yeah, that is actually not bad. It's not that much different to using a fertilizer spreader, which I have tried quite a bit in this view. So yeah, 28 meter one is not much different to this. 24 meter, sorry. The one that the one we've got actually. Now then, this is where I'm going to need wheel marks. Yeah, do I? No, this is 18 meter, anything that's above like 18-20 meters, it's not going to take as long to go around a field like this, 2 or 3 circuits and it'll be done. So I think I can manage to find something to talk about. Yeah, the whole Belleron is amazing. The one thing I did say, it's not just about Hull Belleron, but it's about those feelings that, going back to the beginning, evoke in you, and also to try to compare the game is what my real plan was, why I've done the Hull Belleron, because I think a lot of people have seen a lot of Hull Belleron and the American map and Erlingrad. A lot, obviously, it was all that everybody had at the beginning, so there was so much out there of all of those sort of let's plays that. But I thought, well, this isn't about that. This is about comparing the game and showing the game now with mods, because we didn't have any. And I think most people made the switch to Calmsden almost immediately, because that again was the only map that popped early on. And then of course after a few months, maps are continuing to do so, which is fantastic. The choice of maps is amazing on FS22 now. I am spoilt for choice. There's so many. Yeah, seem to be a lot more European and American maps than there are British, but there are enough British, because my format I'm trying to do is to have an American, a European and a British map at all times, like to literally rotate the 3 let's plays, and that's my plan. Right, going in a little bit too much now. So yeah, it is not, there's lots of American maps, absolutely loads of them. So I'm going to literally look at a few. There's some that I really fancy. I think Cali is my next European map after Rombos. We're in the final year of Rombos. Yeah, it's a shame. Viewers are down anyway, but I've said that. This is not my job, so I'm not bothered so much. I did used to worry too much about that type of thing, but I don't do this. This is for fun, so I don't get any money from doing this. I'm not one of those who relies on this as a job where I've got to do this, so therefore oh, I think I'm overlapping a bit too much. Yeah, remember you've got 9 meters that side and 9 meters that side. As I said, learning curve. Let's have a look. Yeah, there is a bit of overlap, but not enough, it's true. Yeah, could have been almost finished this if I'd have done it properly. But then the other thing is, if you don't do a little bit of overlap, you get those lines of weeds, which I have frequently got when doing it, well, in any view, even the other ways. When you go by wheel marks, it is a completely different beast than normal. And as I said, this is me. That's what I said. That this isn't workers. This is just little old me doing everything. So that's why I don't want massive fields, because that would soon be tiresome for you all, especially if I've got to do this at times 1 time. Although, as I said, I'm going to put sliders in. I have started to do so on most. I'm forgetting it sometimes. I'm going in a little bit again, but I am writing it down, and when I go through my editing, I write down when the thing is. Sometimes I forget to do it when I'm posting on YouTube, but most of the time I have got the sliders now, so you've always got that option. You can look at the video and it should have little marks where you can click on it and it's the start of the time lapse and the end of the time lapse, and that's what I'm doing it for. And if I was ever doing mod reviews and I was doing a list of them, then I would use sliders to show where it's the big names do it. DJ Goham, I love it, and Farmer Klein, they do that as well on theirs. It's just quite amazing, a fantastic ability. So something that I plan on doing myself. Sorry, my alarm. I'm already awake. Alarm. Yeah. I think this should be the last circuit, I would say, unless my percent. This is not a small field, actually. I've got to be honest. It's bigger than I thought. It's not teeny weeny. I'm trying to think as well, because I want to be using. That's true. We could use the Omatana Farm Productions, not Farm Supplies Production, Farm Productions pack. There's a fantastic oat drink. Yeah, I'm trying to obviously learn my productions. It's and that's the other thing, that we only had base game productions. I mean, I did go into sugar on Horbelleron originally, and then I went into oil the second time. But it is weird when I have problems on a Let's Play. When it goes south, I don't know how everyone else feels, whether you struggle to go back to the map straight away. Now, as a content creator, you've got no choice, you've got to. But I remember I'm sure it was that I had issues with something, and I just started on Calmsden, and I just dropped it and didn't go back. But I do think it's that emotional, the havoc that you remember when things go really bad, when there's a nasty mod clash or something like that, that even now to this day I still struggle a little bit. But as a content creator, you've got to face it, you've got to get straight back in there, because you've got to create content for that map. I think this is it. I think we are there. It's just that we've done that. Let's switch that off and fold. Wrong button. And fold. Yeah, that's the right button. Right, smashing. Let's stick this back where it was. Yes, it's funny as well, being no third person view. I use that a lot as a focal point, but yeah, just seeing through your eyes as you would do, although you could always see your arms and such like things, which is why I always like the third person view. But yeah, right, okay then. So that is just proof that I have not forgotten this. It really is. It is something I want to do, but yeah, I thought I've waited long enough. I can't wait any longer. It really does look like I don't care about this, and it really isn't about that. So we've got some traction now. You have to give it a few seconds for that to disappear. It's awful. It shocks me so often. I'm beginning to know it now, that when you run on the field, it literally takes a few seconds for the data to update on the field info. It's bizarre. It does it with everything. So the only thing we haven't done is the rolling. So if we get a cheap roller at some point, just check that I haven't got a roller, have I? I'm sure I looked at this earlier, just as a bit of a reminder to try to grasp. Yeah, no, there isn't. Let's also grab the Kramer off quickly before we stop the session. The other thing is I'm going to say, in fact, this is where we're going to leave it. We are going to grab this Kramer. Now, I have tried the big bag handler, and as much as the big bag winch is fantastic, I did say this in Horbelleron, the last episode I recorded, which isn't posted on YouTube yet. When something's right, and I mean, I've had the big bag winch now for a long time, and it is fantastic. I've made use of it in lots of ways that it was never intended and that work, because I'm used to the big bag handler. It is. But it's only sometimes when you use something that's inferior, and I hate using that term because it still is good. I'm not saying the big bag winch is rubbish, but what I am saying, if you've ever had a Rolls Royce and then you go back to a Ford, probably a bad analogy, but I think everyone will understand what I mean. It's difficult. It is. Now, using the big bag handler on St. Calais just reminded me of all the shape of it, the way that you can tilt it, all that type of thing, and I thought, as much as the big bag winch is fantastic, I've got to be honest, for anything where you're using, like even pallet picking up and stuff like that, and also, that's the point. Yeah, I would imagine this has got that same ability, where if you go to a big bag, it literally, those four little prong things would say lift. Now the big bag lifter does the same thing. Now, obviously this is worth quite a bit of cash as well, so I'm going to drop this, and we are going to literally buy the big bag handler. phone. Shut it up. Do you know? I will learn. Right. Let's sell that, and we are going to buy ourselves the big bag handler now. It's to the left a little. Okay. Oh, I'm stuck. Is it where the Kramer is, perhaps? Is it to the left? Then it's got to be to the left, hasn't it? It must be, yeah. Oh, fashion attention. Ah, that's better. Right, so... absolutely yes. And let's grab that, stick that on, and we're going to go. I do love the Kramer, though. I would have one of those again. Absolutely amazing bit of kit. Right. So then it is in... yeah, I'm definitely stick to that analogy. It is the Rolls Royce, and it's not about the 250 of that. That has always been an amazing price for such a fantastic. And I know that's £8,000. I was willing to pay 8,000. I did say that quite a while back. Obviously, this can lift big bags, which means also you can leave them on a flatbed and pick them up. Whereas, obviously, the big bag, once if you use straps, again, if it does the same, then that might be something I missed on this. But this gives you the option where it says, like, you can see the attach symbol, so you can literally grab. And we do want front loader indeed. Oh, of course, I have not reset it. Okay, let's reset that. I bet you that is down by... right, that should be reset. Right, okay. Right, that is where I'm going to leave it. I will off camera go and grab that. I think it's down at the productions, the main productions facility. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Comments, I really do love your comments on this, yeah, especially because this is a learning curve for myself just as much as it is yourselves about, yeah, it is, yeah, about this entire Let's Play. This is a brand new concept to me, like ultra realistic and all the rest of it, which is why in some ways, well, it's this very Let's Play that maybe, yeah, I think the big bag handler is a trade-off, in so much as I would love to have done this with proper... well, we did this. I wanted to do this properly. I wanted to do it with bale spikes and pallets spikes, and it shot them off like a gun shooting from a cannon, like a cannonball coming from a cannon, really. And that's not realistic. So if the game can't handle me being ultra realistic, then there's got to be a bit of compromise. The big bag handler, the straps, it is almost like it. Yeah, we know such a thing doesn't exist, and yet the reality of it is you could have things like that, and you could strap it on. So it is real. Why is that? There's nothing there. Or perhaps a car went past. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, this is as realistic as we can possibly get it, with the game being in the state it is. I could have quite easily coped with manual handling, pallets and everything, truthfully, bales with spikes. I could have really done with that, but the game isn't ready for it, so we're going to go for a compromise of the big bag handler, which in my opinion looks the most realistic of all that type. So yeah, anyway, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Comments definitely, please, if you want to say anything good, bad, a way I could improve this particular thing, or whatever, truthfully. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.